Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Blackblade and welcome back to vlog number 3 of our Witch Ice Spear build. Now before I start, I would like to apologize to you guys if I haven't uploaded anything as of late. You guys have to understand I have an 8-hour job from Mondays through Fridays, and last week I had a shit ton of work, which is awesome, and everybody's gotta eat, guys. So yeah, so let's get it. Let's go ahead into the build right now. First we're gonna talk about the Ascendancy class that we chose, which is the Elementalist. So the skill node that we took is the Shaper of Desolation, which gives us an Elemental Conflux for 4 seconds. What that actually means is that we gain 100% chance to freeze, shock, and then ignite for 4 seconds, and it gives us a little bit of damage or extra damage. I'm not exactly sure how much that is, but yeah, it does give us a little bit of extra DPS when we get the Elemental Conflux active for 4 seconds. And then finally, we've taken the Beacon of Ruin over here. This is awesome because it gives us, or our elemental skill, or our Ice Spear, a free elemental proliferation. So yeah, and it has a radius of 9 over there. And then finally, we have the Liege of the Primordial, or Primordial. This basically increases our damage depending on which golem or matching golem that we have. Since the Ice Spear is cold, the matching golem that we need to use is of course the Ice Golem, which actually gives us a huge boost when it comes to our DPS. So as you can see, our DPS is at 18k. Without the Ice Golem, that goes down to 15k. So that's an additional 3k of damage, which is absolutely awesome. And then yeah, so you might want to play around with some other skills over here. The Paragon of Calamity will also be good since we get that additional 40% increased damage of the element that we get hit. The only downside to this is we need to get hit first by that element or any sort of elemental damage so that we gain that 40% increased damage bonus, which is kind of dangerous if you actually think about it. But then we get that 8% reduced damage taken for that element. So yeah, you might want to play around with this one or the Liege of the Primordial if you want to. Of course, you can get the Pendulum of Destruction, but then the downside of this one is you get that 100% elemental damage for 4 seconds every 10 seconds, so that it's not always active, and you have to wait 10 seconds of time in order for you to get that elemental damage. Yeah, for 4 seconds. Finally, the Mastermind of Discord will actually is actually kind of interesting, but then the only downside to this is you need to have 2 skills. You need to cast the fire in order to get that 20%, a fire skill in order to get that 20% cold, cold penetration. So yeah, you might want to play around with that one, but then you'll need to have an additional skill, and adding some fire damage to your Ice Spear will not actually help because that doesn't count as a fire skill. So yeah, you need a solid fire skill like Firestorm or Magma or any of the other fire spell that that the game has. Alright then, so let's talk about the skill tree. Alright, so we started by taking some energy shield and mana regeneration nodes over here, ending with Deep Wisdom. We went up to get the Heart and Soul, and then we went to the right side to take some Critical Strike Multiplier and the Throat Seeker over here. By the way, this is going to be a crit build. And then we went down over here to take some Life and Energy Shield nodes, ending with Melding. And then we went over to the right side over here to take some Life and Energy Shield nodes, ending with Written in Blood. And then we went up to take some Spell Critical Strike Chance and Multipliers, ending with Doomcast. And then we went down over here to take the Cold-Hearted Calculation, the Assassination, Trickery over here, and then some more life nodes over there. And then we went to the left side to take the Practical Application, the Oculus Dominion, and then the Annihilation over here. And then we went up over here to take some Jeweled Socket. What you're looking for are Global Critical Strike Chances and Multipliers, and or something like this, which has a cast speed additional cast speed while dual wielding, and then we get that 20% increased freeze duration on enemies and 2% chance to freeze, additional chance to freeze. And then we went up over here to take some freeze and then shield duration, some cold damage, and then finally ending with Breath of the Rhine for the 10% increased cold damage, 20% increased freeze duration on enemies, and finally that sweet 5% chance to freeze. And then we went over to the left side over here to take the Deep Thoughts. Now this is entirely optional. If you have a good mana regeneration or some good mana leech source for your spells, then these are 2 more points that you can allocate somewhere else. I suggest getting the instability over here, passing through spell damage per power charge. So yeah, yeah, if you have all of your power charges up, you get that additional 4% increased damage for each power charge that is that is up. And then of course we've gotten some life nodes over here with a cruel preparation. And then we went to the left side over here to take the spell, critical strike chances, and multipliers, ending with arcane potency. And then we went over here to take some life and then chaos resist nodes, ending with purity of the flesh. And then we went over here to take the celestial judgment and the celestial punishment. And then we went down over here to take some life nodes on the devotion right here. And then the elementalist over there, the light of the divinity, the retribution, and then again some more life nodes over here, the sanctity, and then finally getting some mana life regeneration nodes over here, ending with some more mana regeneration and life. So since our level is at level 85, we still have, if you want to push this to 90, then you could either get some more life nodes over here in the quick recovery over here, or you can add more damage by getting the Frostwalker over here, or you could probably get again the overcharge, or completing all of the power charges, again passing through spell damage and power charge nodes over here. But for me, I'm going to take some more spell damage right here. And then probably end up by getting all of the spell damage nodes over there. Alright, so that's it for the skill tree. Let's get into the let's get into our gear. What you're looking for when it comes to your daggers, or when it comes to your wands, are spell damage, global critical strike chance, and then global critical strike multiplier. Now the reason that I'm using this one is for the increased mana regeneration rate, because I don't, as much as possible, I don't really want to add a mana flask on my set of flasks. So yeah, that's the only reason that I'm using this this ambusher over here. Next, something like this one, global critical strike chances, some spell damage, and then again some global critical strike multiplier will be awesome. For gloves, we're going to be using the Maligar's Virtuosity. For belt, any belt will do, but since I'm lacking life, I chose to use the leather belt, because this is a good piece of gear where you could get an exorbitant amount of life. So yeah, please ignore the fact that it has a 21% increased elemental damage with weapons over there. I was actually planning to use this with my elemental weapon build that I'm planning in the future, but then yeah, it has some huge fire, cold, and then lightning resistances over there, plus some huge life, so I can't resist not using it. And then finally, for our boots, we're going to be using this one, life and then resistances, plus movement speed. Now the armor is not, the carcass jack is not really necessary when it comes to armor, just as long as you have it's 6 link or it's 5 link, and it has some life, and then some resistances for you guys to cap. For rings, I am going to be using this one for the exclusively for the mana regeneration rate. It's actually pretty bad that I don't have any life over there, but that's okay. It gets circumvented with the cold and then lightning resistances over there, because I'm just trying to max out my resistances. Finally, we have our bramble, not a unset ring here, again for the increased mana regeneration rate of 59% or 58%, and then I decided to add some life over there. For amulet, we are going to be using an onyx amulet, just to max out all of our requirements when it comes to all of our attributes, plus life and 30% global critical strike chance. And then finally, for our helm, you can use whatever helm that you want. There's a lot of unique helms there that's going to be awesome for this build, but then I chose the Joffrey's crest specifically for this build, because yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble when it comes to maxing out my resistances. So yeah, this is also a good place for you guys to or this crown, or unique crown, is a good piece of gear for you guys to max out all of your resistances. Now for what's connected to our Ice Spear, that's going to be connected to Cold Penetration, Spell Echo, Control Destruction. The Control Destruction is actually pretty good because of the 30% more spell damage, and that's actually multiplicative, and when this is maxed out, that's going to be almost as good as a increased critical damage. So yeah, it does have a 100% reduced critical strike chance over there, but that's okay, because our second form of the Ice Spear already has a 6% increased global critical strike chance, so minus 100%, so that's 500%, still a pretty huge boost when it comes to the global critical strike chance. So yeah, I highly suggest that you guys use this. Finally, we have Spell Echo right there, and then increased critical damage, and then finally multiple projectiles. You may want to play around with GMP if you want more projectiles, but then the damage of the damage reduction that GMP gives is quite huge. So yeah, LMP for the win. For the rest of the skill gems, we're going to be using Herald of Ice attached to, we have an Ice Golem over there with minion speed and then minion life, or you could use minion damage instead. Finally, we have Molten Shell Immortal Call attached to CWDT and increased duration. For movement skill, we are going to be using Whirling Blades attached to faster attacks and Empower. The Empower is only there for leveling purposes, so if you want to use the Fortify, you could use the Fortify instead. Finally, we have Enduring Cry over here with Enhance and then increased area of effect. And then we have Arctic Armor for one of our auras attached to Herald of Thunder, which is attached to Curse on Hit. And then finally, for our Curse, we are going to be using the Assassin's Mark. Alright then, so our damage is at 18k with a spell critical strike chance of 52.57% and a spell critical strike multiplier of 565%, and our cold resistance penetration is sitting pretty good at 34%. Of course, that's going to increase once we get our cold penetration level higher. Defensively, we're not doing good with armor and evasion rating, which actually pretty sucks, but then all of our resistances are capped, and we have our what do you call this, where is it, mana regeneration per second at 118 points per second. Our life is 4.1k with a energy shield buff of 785, which is awesome. The map that we're going to be doing is the Springs map. It's a map tier 11 map with the 27 more magic monsters find and some increased monster movement, attack, and cast speed. Just for you guys to see how the build actually works. Alright then, here we go. Alright then, here we go with the gameplay. Again, I apologize. Oh my god! I apologize, guys, if I haven't uploaded anything as of late. Please understand that, again, I have an 8-hour job, so that's going to be a hindrance, of course, since this game is very heavy when it comes to time. You need a lot of time in this game in order to become or in order to build a pretty successful build. And so far the build has been working pretty great. And I did try the GMP instead of the LMP. It does provide a huge area when it comes to hitting monsters. But then the what do you call this, the DPS kind of goes down really huge. So it takes them more hits instead of just a couple of hits when it comes to the LMP instead of that one. So alright, so we have a Reaver Sword over there, which is kind of sweet, I guess. Hold on, I don't really want to go into the fray because the build is actually pretty nimble. At first, I really wanted a Chaos Golem, instead of the Ice Golem. But then, the damage boost that the Ice Golem actually gives is pretty huge. So it's no laughing matter, guys. So I traded that one for survivability, and it's working pretty well. Hold on, I want to go back to those items that what is that? Alright, so Reaver Sword, we'll get that one, Portal, and then this, and then Hybor Siege. So I did finish my work, and I'm going to start to update some of the builds and get into the Earthquake build. I'm pretty hesitant with the Earthquake because of the gear that I'm really planning. I still really want to 6-link my At-Series axe first before using that one, so that it would be much better, or much OP, I should say. Anywho, so the build is working pretty well, as you guys can see. Just don't go into in the middle of the monster pack, so that you guys don't die. Alright, so what has leveled up? My Control Destruction has just leveled up. Awesome. So with time, I really think that the Control Destruction will give a huge amount of damage. So you guys may want to take a look at that one instead of going with increased critical strike chances. But then again, it really depends, because sometimes increasing the critical strike chance is more important than anything else, because more crits, more damage, and that's all that we want. More crit, more damage. So as you can see, the built-in elemental prolif from the Ascendancy skill is actually working pretty well, and I'm not exactly sure if it's actually affected by increased area of effect yet. I wasn't able to read anybody confirming that one on Reddit, so yeah, if you guys know, let me know in the comment section down below. Because I'm not exactly sure if it does get affected. If it does, though, it's going to be much more awesome. Because you could increase its AOE, further affecting any or more monsters that are surrounding the area. All right, I'm taking too much time here. But then again, we're playing a game, so just enjoy it. So as you can see, the monsters are getting frozen really good. All right, precinct map. All right, that's good. I'm gonna love that precinct map for leveling purposes. Alrighty then. I wonder where the boss is. This is actually a pretty small map, so yeah, I'm going to probably just finish the whole entire map. Hold on, what the fuck? Whoa, I don't really want to get in there. Alright, Keepers of the Trove. What is that? Oh, Spirit Shield. Oh no, it's actually Legion Gloves. Interesting. Alright, so we have a Citadel Bow over there. Hold on, I want that instead. Hold on, I'm going to go back to all of those items later because I don't want to waste time going back and forth from town. Alright, and then boss, where are you? Whoa. Yeah, freeze, man, freeze. So I'm not exactly sure if they nerfed this skill, but considering that if they did nerf the DPS, I'm still doing pretty good in my opinion. Alright, so this is the boss over here. Am I going to kill him? Hold on, let's just finish all of the surrounding monsters and then get into finishing the entire map before we... Oh, get out of there. I forgot we do get stunned by certain hits. Alright, so it's Union of Souls, but then that's okay. Just as long as they get frozen, that's good. Okay, so we have a gem leveled up over there. Okay, alright then. Boy, when you stop speaking in English, I kind of stutter a lot. I mean, I do stutter even if I'm talking in Tagalog. But yeah, I stutter a lot more when I don't speak in English for quite some time. Oh! Don't lag on me, you motherfucker. What is that? Oh yeah, I activated Borsi. What was it? Keep the hostage alive. Hold on. Whoa! Get out of there. I hope the hostage doesn't die! Oh, the witch is already here! Oh fuck! Where the hell did she go down? Oh god damn it. Hold on. Well, I did. Oh wow, I completed the mission. Okay, so I apologize guys. The witch was suddenly down here. Usually she is like upper. She's located deeper inside the her lair, but then she's outside. Holy crap! And she's dead. Woohoo! Should I end the video now? I don't know. Hold on. Let's just kill all of the monsters that are in her den, and then we're going to end the video. Or probably just kill all of the monsters. No, let's just probably kill off the monsters. It's not going to be that long anyway. So yeah, just as long as you don't get hit, that's going to be okay. And yeah, okay, everybody's dead. Any more monsters? No. Alright, there's one more over here. What did we get? We got we're gonna get all of those. Scroll of wisdom. Oops. And what else do we have? We have some amethyst ring, Jewel's orb, some ruby ring. I'm gonna get the transmutation. Alright then. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to those items later, after the video, so that I don't waste your time. God, it's pretty awesome. It's really awesome when everybody gets frozen. It's an awesome sight to see. Although I have to admit, the walk speed is actually pretty bad. I think I only have like plus 17%, and I really hate slow moving characters. Yeah, I want it fast, really fast, to keep the adrenaline up. For my next build, I think I'm going with the SRS first, the Summon Raging Spirit. That's still one of the most popular builds out there right now. Well, maybe not most of the more popular, but yeah, people are still looking into some builds which involve the SRS. So yeah, I'm going to look at it, take a look at it after this probably. Alright then, so we're going, the map is almost done. Ooh, what is that? Hey, it's a unique Jeweler Strongbox! Hey, alright, so this is like my second time that I'm going to experience this. Hold on, what is it? What is it? What is it? It has a guarded by 3 additional magic monsters. Alright, so it's not going to be that hard. Alright, so let's go! Oh my god! No! Oh shit! I thought the game crashed. Okay, so there's a unique boss over there. Let's not get into it, or let's not get into the fray. Oh no! My god! No! My god! Is it dead? Alright, it's dead. Woohoo! And alright, so it didn't drop any unique. Is this unique? No, it's not unique. It didn't drop anything unique. I'm gonna get the rings though. Oh my god, I'm full. Anyway, I'm gonna go back at those. Oh my god, there are some more! Oh shit! I hope I freeze them. Freeze. Don't move! Alright! Oh, whoa. What happened? Alright, there's one more? What? Ooh. So we've got some unique unique items over there. Hold on. Let's get the... Oh my god, I'm so excited! What are these? Oh shit! I already know what that is. Oh crap! What is this? Dexterity. Yeah, I know that. I already know this one. Oh crap! Already know this one. But I think this one has a higher global critical strike multiplier than my other Romaner's Blackblade. Oh my god! Yeah, that is so awesome. And I got that on tape. Yeah. Alright, so I guess that's about it. I guess I've completed the map. Let's go back to Borsi and just, complete the mission. And then we'll end the video. Alright then. So that's about it for this episode, guys. Again, let me know what you guys think about the build in the comment section down below. And thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoy the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Or don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'm going to see you guys on the next one of the video. Have a good one. Hey there folks, everybody, my name is still Blackblade, and probably half of you already closed the video by now, but for you guys who have stayed, welcome back to build number 2 of our Siege Ballista build. Now, the build will primarily revolve around